hopefully all my plugins are set up like I expect them to be. Yeah, I got a new computer recently since last week. 'Cause my computer was starting to get old, like 6 or 7 years, and just like getting nickel and dime 20 seconds every time I wanted to like reload the domain and compile, just like was driving me mad. So I got a new computer and set that up. But that did eat a lot of my offline time in the previous week. Uh, but hopefully it will pay dividends um, in just the moment to moment. Like my estimate from comparing compile times and reload domain times is that every like 2.5 hour or so stream I do, it should be as if I worked an additional like 10 or 15 minutes. And when I'm doing like longer dev sessions on the weekends, it would be even more like increase the productivity there. I did get some work in though, like other than making and setting up the computer. In addition to some minor platforming tweaks, I untangled the manager relationship. So now if you see, like, I had the main thing was between like world manager and game state manager here, um, where they like their random children were pointing to each other's random children. Like for example, the game state manager had the UI canvas. So like the UI canvas had to like get the height from the score, the combo from the player. So basically, I simplified down the hierarchy to there are now only three parent level objects. The main camera, which has the post processing on it. So like the main camera and screen space effects. The player, which is just, the player. Um, and there's some child objects to organize further, but player and then the GSM, the game state manager, which is just the rest of the world basically. So there's like the UI canvas, the level data, world data, which is like slightly broader than level, but less specific, if that makes sense. Um, vine growing stuff and audio stuff. So got a nice clean hierarchy. Um, only three top level objects. And see, I can hop around, make sure everything's still looking fine. Because what we did last time was see like this watch here. We added sprites to the active items, where they used to just be colored circles. And we also made the UI slightly nicer. We made it so active items can show up in shops, like sort of unified the data to the extent that it was necessary. Oh yeah, see, I can get like the laser staff in here. So if I grab that, it triggers the cooldown, but once I hop out, find some chickens to shoot. I'm gonna go to the test. As a part of the work today, I'm gonna make more chickens spawn in here, just because I need like chickens to do stuff too. So yeah, laser, all good there. Let's see, do I have another example in this shop? There's so many oh, there, the fire staff. So yeah, that's sort of like, we had the active items functionality, but like accessing that functionality was still in a pretty debug state, both from a code perspective and a visual perspective. So really what we did last week was move that along sort of one step in both degrees, the functionality and the visuals. This is worth noting there still is one more step. It's like common item data concerns note here. We still have like 4 different structs for like how item data might be represented and like ways to convert between them and assumptions and junk like that. It needs to be pushed together into like a single comprehensive item data struct with maybe like an enum type, generic custom data fields. I don't know, whatever it has to be, whatever it takes to make it so that like active items can basically use the same robust existing item framework. And then when I do things like design a UI to pick an upgrade, or if you pick up an upgrade on the floor, like a UI to say like, hey, this is what you picked up and here's what it does. Um, when I make those things, I only have to make one, because as long as they're properly interacting with this common base class. But if we're still in the states where we have like these four different adapter classes, then now I need also four different adapter classes to, or like at least four different conversions into a fifth item class to like set up those UIs and stuff. Or I can just arbitrarily pick one. It's none of these options are good. The correct answer is to mush into one item data struct here. Um, so yeah, that's sort of the next step that I think I had slotted for like offline work last week before I decided to pull the trigger on buying a new computer. Um, so yeah, the last two streams I think I had like a bucket of work, and then like if there's time, we'll do the boss upgrades. So today we're not gonna put anything in front of them. We're just gonna do the boss upgrades. So if you look at like sort of where we are, sort of getting to the end of the pre-alpha milestone, we're getting closer. Like more things are yellow. We're down to only one teal, which teal is the worst. Um, but yeah, this rat and burrow and upgrade, we're missing the and upgrade bit. We haven't done that at all. So we do this today. We can probably flip this to yellow. And then I don't think it's that unreasonable to say, I guess pending sound stuff. I don't think it's that unreasonable to say you will sort of probably be hitting pre-alpha complete at the end of the Thanksgiving weekend. Um, as you know, we flipped this to yellow today. Um, this big chunk of work we'll probably be doing this week, and then sort of just like these once this is in, once the fully like the other bits of the controls are in, we pop back over, we flesh out the level, then we have the level, the bosses, the items, player. Well, we still have this challenge. It's probably an odds and end. I'll probably do alongside with the controller stuff. Um, and then when the content is all good, we apply effects anywhere they're missing. We apply sounds anywhere we're missing. When all four of those categories are good, we do a final optimization pass. They see if there are any bad outliers to fix. See if there's anything missing from preloading that could be benefited from preloaded, and build and deploy to all our platforms. But yeah, it seems like there's a bunch of things here left, but it's really only a couple. It's the remainder of the items we're doing today, player stuff, be all of these. Some item improvements would be shop and turning these to green, just like a little bit of polish. Uh, and visuals and core. Um, so yeah, I think not the end of this weekend, but the end of next weekend, probably we'll have that pre-alpha vertical slice. Which I think I'm only going to uh probably only gonna put out like privately to friends and family type testers, just looking for bugs more than fun or design, because the basic design pass comes next. Um, like tuning in the controller to be more fun, that comes in the next milestone. But ultimately the biggest hill, the biggest rock is this pre-alpha milestone, basically functional baseline complete. And we are almost there. So yeah, in that vein, let's start working on boss items. So I have four concepts here, two for the rat, two for the burrower. And the idea for this first rat upgrade is that you kind of have like a rat that or a bunch of rats that tag along with you. Uh, and there's a chance when you would get hit, instead, uh, the rat takes the shot for you. So the actual functional implementation is pretty simple. It's just yeah, on damage, a chance to not take damage. But the there will have to be like visual feedback that this happened for sure, and that might take a second. I don't think it's gonna be that tough, but uh, yeah, that's why I put it first though. Is this is from a functional perspective pretty simple. So let's head into the game. Let me open up our scripts. Uh, Player, I guess, is where the items are. No, the items. Content. Oh, modifier. Right, right, right. I wanted to use a more general term, like just items, I guess, to allow the possibility of temporary effect type stuff in here as well. Um, so what we want to do here is, I guess, make a new folder for like boss upgrades or boss items. Okay. And then I make a new C# script like modifier rat evasion. Actually, thinking about it, I don't know if that there is a clean way to like preempt. If there's a good way to preempt damage. I might have to go build it into health and just set it here. Yeah, I think that is probably the easiest way to go. Anyway, let's also up a modifier, see what types of things we have to override and stuff. It's been a while since I looked at this code. So, um, so modifier base. Oh, right. I remember. Modifier base has like all these things you can optionally uh over. Okay. So I don't think we need any new events. Or at least we don't need new events on modifier base. We're just gonna put the events on health. Um so and on buy is when we'll like change the property. So here in modifier rat evasion, my thing go? I want to keep modifying in these things so they don't close. So we're gonna override on buy. Actual override protected void on buy. Okay, so this is like basically start for the upgrade. It just needs to set some data, but what is that data? It doesn't exist yet. We have to head over to QH health, and I'm going to add yeah, I was just thinking if whether I put it in the base class or not. Considering the base class is meant to hold generic values, I think it would be overgeneralizing to say like everything might want this concept of block. That's why invulnerable was like in here. Um, so let's we have like a private float M block chance that is 0 by default, and then have a public void set block chance. Delta, I guess. But the way, just in case trying to think if I might want the ability to stack this. And the answer for now is no, so just leave it as set block chance. Block chance. And I can revisit this and make it additive or highest number wins or something like that when I actually add a secondary block item. So this is just m block chance equals block chance. What else are we gonna need here? I don't think anything else. I think we just have to go internally to our imply damage function, and we add something like private bool damage blocked. And we'd say if m block chance is greater than 0, then we'll random.range between 0 and 1. And we say it would have to be if it's less than or equal to. So return block chance. Wait, less than it? Yeah, because then that means the bigger your block chance is, the more numbers would be less than it. Yeah. Okay, or else we return false. So, and then here, say, and not damage blocked. And then we also want an event. So let's copy invulnerable here. On damage blocked action. On damage blocked. And then here, we actually will need to check it. Blocked equals this. If blocked, we would send our event, which is on damage blocked dot invoke, and then we return blocked. Yes. Okay. So now we have an event we can subscribe to find out when the block actually happens, and an interface to update the block chance when we buy the upgrade. I think that's all we need here. So the on buy. How do other things care about the? Well, I guess this is gonna be on player modifiers. So if I get my game, I'm a child of the player. So I would have to do var health equals get component in, or no, it would be by sibling, right? Because the health, so it would be transform.parent.get component in children, UHEA health. Because I'm pretty sure the modifier that like holds your items, that is a child object, and the health that controls your hitbox, that is also a child object of the parent player. So we say on buy health dot set block chance to some value here. We'll say private, or I can just do it locally. Float k block chance. Let's make it 50%. That won't be final, but just like as we're testing. Anything else? Right, we need to subscribe to that on damage event. On damage blocked. Damage blocked. Plus equals on damage blocked. And I think we also need private void on destroy health. I guess we should cache the health in that case. Private Q HEA health and player health, or M health, I guess is the general term. We put it in here, do this and this. And here we say on damage blocked minus equal on damage blocked. Yeah. Just so if the destruction order is not deterministic or not what we expect, won't call a null event or anything if we get hit, if we block something on that last second of a frame. So on damage blocked, eventually I want to like spawn a rat, but for now let's just flash a color. So I guess I want to get player's animator. I don't have to make an animation. Am I really gonna make a temporary animation? That seems dumb. Maybe I should just go all out and actually like, yeah, I'm just gonna, it'll take a second longer to get to compiling, but let's just make the thing. So we're gonna go to prefabs and I guess effects? No, that's for visual effects. Why? I guess there isn't an appropriate folder for this, but I'm gonna add a new one, passive items. I guess shield should be in there, but whatever. Anyway, make a new, well, I guess we make the object here in the editor, and it's gonna be block rat. Um, and this just needs a sprite renderer. Of a rat. And then I'm gonna make him like teal. I'm not sure. I guess I can't do teal. Yeah, I need a good way to like some kind of color convention that clearly means this is related to the player. I guess I can use pink. I can kind of using pink. Some similar things. Um, we probably want to put it on unlit and like a really high layer, like 25. What else? What else? Right, I'll need an animator. We're just gonna make a really simple animation for it to like spin and fade away. Animation. I guess animator. Open up the animation window. Have my guy. Oh wait, I don't want this on the GSM. I want this, yeah, at the parent level. All right. I create a clip. It's called just idle because there is there's only going to be one animation, right? It just spawns and fades away. So I don't need like an animation tree or anything. So the only animation is idle. I guess, you know what? I regret that naming. I rename it. Assets, graphics, animation, items, block rat, idle. There you go. So yeah, we spin, we shrink, and I guess we alpha fade. Should I just call this block rat main? Okay, so grab our block rat, add a property. Add the rotation, the scale, and the sprite to do the alpha. Not the actual sprite. So that is sprite renderer. Oh, I just missed it. Okay. Let me get this to a side view so I can also see the guy in real time. So these properties. Actually, let me. That's fine. Just need to squish this up by space. Anyway, it's fine. So let's move the end to like not this far because it's not gonna be 10 seconds, and the needle will probably go double speed. Actually maybe 15. Because you don't have a lot of keyframes for rotation. It's just gonna jump incorrectly. Like you need to put in the keyframes to actually like make it go. So even 20. I'll give myself space. What the heck? So let's do the rotation first. I can delete. Oh, I guess I can't. I delete just X and Y. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I'm also going to delete Z scale. The default value should not be 0, it should be 1. I'm afraid to leave that. And color will be, it's like normal color here, which is magenta, but no alpha. Okay. So let's add spinning aspect of it. So how many? This is 1, 2. That like every other year. Maybe 1 and 3. So 1, 2, 3. 3, 3, 3, 3. All right, that's close enough. Actually, it should go to 21 if it's gonna fit. Rotation is the one thing that has to be like semi-consistent or it looks weird. Everything else can be like kind of fuzzy. It doesn't matter if it's not perfectly even. But you do notice the rotation being uneven, I mean. So how many keys do we have to work here with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This would probably be 0 again or whatever. So let's say we want it to do like 2 spins this time, or like, yeah, I guess that'd be 1 in every 3, right? 1 every 3, so it'd be like 120. Oh, not scale. So like 120, 40, 60, 20 again, 40, 360, and it can end on 120, that's fine. Because he's going to be shrinking away as well. So yeah, in that note, let's add scale next here, where basically we want to start at nothing, but grow into full scale here. And then like somewhere before the end, let's say like here, we're gonna start fading out. So this will be one last where it's still 1, but here at the end should be zeros. Okay. And let's also, is this 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? Add just slight scale variation. 9, 10, 11, 12. And one more here. We'll delete these Z's because who cares about Z. But then just make this go slightly off. Like a little like a squishy, by doing non-uniform X and Y, it gives it like a squishiness. So then we would flip it here. Then we would move back towards full here. All right. Yeah. Good there. Okay, let's remove. Don't need these bits of color. We only need alpha. Okay, and alpha pretty much follows the scaling. Maybe it goes slightly after the scaling. So let's say one frame after you can be on full alpha. And you should still be on full alpha here. And you will move to 0 in the final frame. Okay, so let's see our rat here. Let me move him also to the left so he's not covered up. So yeah, he spinning around, fades in, fades out. This is fine, probably. I don't know, let's see. Let's open up his animator. Idle 1 is probably, if this is supposed to be 21 seconds, that's like way too fast, or way too slow, I mean. It actually needs to go like faster, I think. I don't know, we'll have to see it, to be honest. And we need to go to the animation and make, yeah, it's not looping, it's going to be discrete. What else? What else? I guess it should also, our prefab should destroy itself after the, a couple of seconds. The QI destroyer, delay, I don't know, 5 seconds maybe. It'll be alpha blank, and it doesn't really even do anything. It's just a sprite. So I don't really think you need to stress too hard on this. Let's see. All right, we got all the things. We just need to drop our guy into prefab and spawn the prefab. Oh, I guess it needs motion. So maybe give it a rigid body, because I want to shoot it in some direction while it's spinning and stuff. So just trying to think what I have to do. Make it only. Let me take a look at our collision layers. I only want it to, and it can interact with the world, but that's it. Maybe it should just collide with nothing, and I think that's what the default is. So I'll just leave it. See how this works. I just wanted to be pulled by gravity and like give it a initial force. So I think default layer colliding with nothing should be good there. So take a look at a modifier base here. Okay. We want to load our prefab in on awake, not in on start. Or even, I'm not sure. Yeah, I think that's fine. So here at the bottom, oh, not this is the wrong script. Script, bottom, on awake. Well, actually, that makes me think, does modifier base override on destroy? Okay, on awake, we have a private game objects and rat visual prefab. So we'll do utility dot load prefab, prefabs, passive items, I guess, and we'll drop our block right in here. Passive items, block rat. Okay, and then in our on damage blocked, we would var rat equals instantiate and rat visual prefab at transformed opposition quaternion identity. We're gonna bump this the next line. Okay, and then we do rat. A component, rigid body 2D. Add force. In a random hemisphere. Random dot range. Isn't there like random dot in unit circle? All right, hold on. Random dot. Something's wrong here. I need IntelliSense to tell me what the thing is. So random. What's the problem here? Oh. Using random equals unity engine dot random. Like a name conflict introduced somehow. Okay, random inside unit sphere. Or unit circle, I guess. Random dir is this. And then we flip the Y to make sure it's only upwards. It gives us like a hemisphere instead. So random dir dot set random dir dot x math f abs random dir dot y. Yep. Okay. And then dot normalize as well. I guess it doesn't return. Render dot normalize. Then we would have like a private, or I guess a const float k max force, we'll say 400, and k min force is like 200, and then we say random dir times equals random dot range k min force k max force. Yep. And then we do rat dot kick. Yeah, here's our thing. This already exists. Add force in random dir. Okay. I think this is, oh, well, now we also need to put the item into the world. We have the functionality of the item, but it's not associated with anything. We need to go to modifier lists. And yeah, this like long list here, we add a new thing where we'll use an existing thing. Gloves are fine, I guess. Do color dot, I don't know. Cyan. Am I already using that? No. We'll call this rat evasion. I'll think of a better name someday. Not right now, it's not important. Chance for rat to block damage. And this is, I guess I should have named it modifier. Oh, I did. Modifier rat evasion. That'll be 36. Yeah, these things are fine. The other thing we need to do though is we need to go into the shop. Probably would be able to find it because we're spawning like 4 shops, but it would be easier to just go into our shop, prefab, and here in the shop script we set the preferred item index to 36. So this makes it so that it will always spawn that first before anything else. Okay, let's hop in here. We have our climbing gloves. That doesn't seem right. Did I not say? Or did I add up the numbers wrong? Maybe these numbers aren't accurate anymore. I guess a quick test of that is this is. Oh, you know what? This has to be +3. I'm remembering now. Because there are 3 hearts you could buy that are in the front of the array. We actually want 39. Yeah, there are those cyan gloves. Rat evasion. Okay. Nothing bad happened when we bought it, and it showed up in our item UI from last week. Oh, we have a black and white effect area there. So we're gonna hop up. Oops. Gotta figure out what's up with those like half jumps. I think it's because I was using a bouncy material at some point to like avoid some edge case, but then I fixed the edge case, but I didn't remove the bouncy material. Alright, we should just tank a bunch of damage. That... I feel like it did it. I didn't notice. Yeah, see, I didn't take the damage, so it seems like it was blocked. Maybe the event didn't fire. Maybe our guy is getting destroyed too quickly. Let's head over to the editor and watch. Let's watch what happens. Like the frame we get hit. Pop, 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 pop. Is this a hit? No, it's just a normal hit. It is a 50% shot. I should have just made it like 90. Or even 100. Alright, here comes a guy. Gonna step. Oh, he might not hit me. Step. Okay, that guy also hit me for reals. Oh, wait. What am I doing? Like, wondering what's happening when I have freaking exceptions in the console. Okay, so the rat visual prefab was not loaded because I didn't mark this as an override. So nothing called it. All right, let's try again. And another thing I have to take a look at is that looked to me like it doesn't actually kill the other thing. I want to fix it so that still happens. It's kind of useless if he's just gonna bop into you again next frame. Okay, that one hit me. Alright, here comes a guy. Also a hit. How many coin flips can I lose here? A lot of. This seems statistically unlikely. That was 4 heads in a row. 5? Yeah. I think this... Oh, maybe it's spawning... Yeah, so I think it is that problem where it's spawning the guy, but the guy does not... Basically, the guy does not kill the chicken. So you just immediately get hit again. Let's take a look at where the damage stuff happens. Okay. I don't see why this shouldn't work. Let me take a... I'm gonna respawn the game so I can take a look at like what our chickens are looking like in actuality. Some chickens in the world. Alright, there's a chicken. Stop. Chicken. This is knockback trigger. Damages other on trigger enter. And it still should destroy self regardless. Oh, I guess unless we're crashing. Are we still hitting an exception, perhaps? I mean, one way to... Next time I reload, I'll just remove all the uncertainty by... Yeah, so that blocked. I think I've misunderstood the speed somehow, and I think I'm not seeing the rats because they're just instantly getting like animated away. Yeah, see that one I actually saw as I started up the game. But I guess I still don't understand why the chickens aren't being killed. So let's see. I keep forgetting to up the percent. Let's see if we can at least like notice our. Oh my god! I can't believe install that. Alright, there's some chickens. Yeah, sometimes I'm not getting hit, but block isn't meaningful. Because definitely also not noticing our dudes get spawned. Debug.log here. Destroying self. And then the other thing is, let's go to our modifier. Just give us 100% block. No ambiguity, every hit should block. Seeing that, the guy had in the level played a decent animation, but I'm still not seeing any of my dudes I get hit. This guy. Oh, not paying it. Did I fall through? I mean to change these vines when they're connected the one way, because it's just like they look too similar, so it becomes confusing where the exact barrier of the one way is. See, I just got hit. Right? Why is... Alright, let's take a look. Oh, I never bought the thing! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I'm so dumb. All these tests, I never bought the thing. That's a dumb one. That's the... Alright, chickens. What now? I'm still getting hit. Alright, we're gonna clear the console. Definitely getting hit. They say they're destroying themselves, but... Okay. Let's take a look here. Some part of this is wrong. This is set to rad evasion, but I don't know if it's not hitting. Maybe not. Let's go ahead and add a debug break in our damage callback. That's Unity. Enable debug. That's the other nice thing about having a FAFSA computer is like, there's no question that it is worthwhile to just enable debugging. You know what I mean? In the previous setup, I was like, ooh, I want to debug print for a little bit, because it's such a significant cost to enable debugging. But let's see, 1, 2, about 2 seconds to load the game with debugging. Loading it before, like switching into debugging before it was like a minute or two process. That took about 5-10 seconds. Definitely hitting my hopes there on the compile time improvements. Alright, let's wait for some chickens. I should probably modify this test level to just spawn more chickens. Okay, that didn't happen. Our thing is not getting called, it seems like. Let's add a breakpoint in health. Where's my damage block thing? Okay. We're in here. Our block chance is 1. Blocked is block chance is less than or equal to. Oh wait, I had it backwards. Dumb. So now, when I set it to 100, it was instead never firing. because it was inverted, so it was like I had 0 block chance. Alright, don't forget to actually pick up the item in the shop. Okay, and then here comes some chickens. Okay, that worked. And I saw the rat spawn and stuff. Try it again. Oop. Oop. Oh yeah, dope. They're killing themselves. It's spawning the rat. It has like roughly the effect I was looking for visually, or at least I imagined. I probably long term will, oh dude, that's so satisfying when it hits. I probably long term will want, what's it called? A different sound, a different hit sound. Make it clear that you didn't actually get hit. Oh, that's dope, dude. That, I like that a lot bit more than I expected I would. It reminded me of, like when I was first using the time stop. Which I think is also pretty satisfying to use there. And even more so when, they'll have like an effect and a sound and stuff. Yeah, I don't know, something about Rat Shield, very satisfying. I like it. I'm a fan. The last thing we can do, probably really quick, because I don't think it'll be that much of a thing, is let's give it an actual like rat's sprite. Because that sprite already exists, right? And I can just set it to pink. Or magenta, I mean. Sprite rat color dot magenta. And then we go to, what's it called? Go to our player, but we want to do it on the prefab, so we don't have to do it twice. Player modifiers, we set the script here, or the sprite, to rat something. It's fine. Okay, so only a minor change expected there. Now instead of the cyan gloves in the shop, we expect to see a pink rat. And there it is. And it also shows up as a pink rat over here in our item UI. Cool. Alright. So some slight uncertainty making me doubt myself by sending some stupid properties. I'm making an inversion mistake. We're gonna set this back down to, I think 25% is probably a good number for like testing stuff. And then anything else? Oh right, weren't we debug printing something? From health we were. Where are you debug printing? Debug.log? Maybe not? Oh, this one. There you go. Okay. Cool. Rat, Asian, done. Okay, the next one. It's gonna be, it's not in the current setup of the Burrow boss, but the idea would be that when you land, it will send out like a shockwave. This is definitely more useful for like ground-based enemies, so it might be annoying to test while we're still relying mostly on chickens. I might make it like really big for that purpose. And maybe down the line there probably is a polish opportunity here to like follow the ground, you know what I mean? Where it's be like something like this. Type deal where it's actually like seems like it's traveling along the ground type deal. But for now, I think I'm just going to send out horizontal direction spikes. Keep it simple, just test the core concept. Okay. So let's go to project, assets, scripts, player, modifier, boss items, create a new modifier, Shockwave on land. Actually, do I have... I don't have spikes on this computer, I don't think. I might have to grab the other computer. I can just use triangles probably. Oh, I forgot. Let's remove this extra rat from the main level. Now he's a prefab. Okay. So what else? What else? Right. We made our scripts. Modifier Shockwave on land. It's going to be a modifier base. And I believe modifier base already has like on land. I guess no, it does not. But we can get on land. So I think just as like a sort of like a little gate, a little threshold, we should have a minimum Y force. So we're gonna need two things. We're gonna need our private and rigid body 2D or private rigid body 2D RB. What's the problem here? Rigid body 2D. Oh, it's 2D, right? Oh, maybe I spelled it wrong. I must have. Anyway, so yeah, this is rigid body to just like keep a running total of our downforce. So when the land does hit, we can sort of filter it. So we're gonna also have our jump to. I think the jump has the land event. So we'll do private void on awake. We'll also need our prefab and spike fab. So here we would have utility m spike prefab equals utility load prefab. Be like prefabs, passive items, shockwave, spike. That doesn't exist yet, but we'll add it. Then on buy, protected, override, void, on buy, on buy. Oh yeah, this should be an override as well. On buy, we subscribe to the jump event. Let's jump on land. Nope, I guess it's in the grounded. So I'm grounded on land. Yep. Plus equals private void on land. On land, we add on land, and we have to also add our private void on destroy. We unsubscribe from that. And then let's check on our modifier base. Are we already using update? No. So we're free to use update. I think we actually want to use late update. Private void, late update. We'll do private float and previous y velocity. Then here and previous y velocity equals mrb dot velocity dot y. Okay. So as an initial test, let's just debug log that land velocity So we can like get an idea of what a good threshold should be. Like what we should filter out versus like what is a proper stomp to trigger a shockwave. So that would be, we just say the land vel is and previous y velocity. Okay. What else? What else? We should comment this out while this doesn't exist. We're about to test debug logging. Yeah, I think this is all we need to test something. So let's head over to our modifier list. We want to actually put it into the world. Is rumbling stone shockwave on heavy land. We will do sprite boots for now. There's two of those. I don't want to have to deal with that. We'll do sprite gloves again. Do cyan gloves as our placeholder thing. It's 37, and it's not modifier rad evasion, it's modifier whatever we just did, which is shockwave on land. Let's also pin this. Okay, so now let's go to our shop. Shop. Set this to 40. We're almost 50 items here. Even if a lot of them are very basic. Some of them aren't. Okay, there's our cyan gloves, rumbling stone, shockwave on heavy land. It won't actually do that yet. What it will do is just tell us our jump force when we land. No it won't, because something is wrong. Never got our rigid body. That tracks. So on awake, we're gonna say RB is equal to transform. Parent, transform a parent, a get component, children, your body 2D. Anything else we need? We also need the grounded. Same structure here. I'm pretty sure it's in a sibling. And if it is in the top level parent, it doesn't matter. It'll still come back. Okay. Okay, so we're still only at the threshold where it's going to print stuff. It's not actually doing anything yet. But we're testing that because we need to find our numbers. Okay, negative 13, negative 15 there. And if I just like jump through like this, it's only negative 10. Yeah, so that like more little hot was like negative 8. I think like maybe negative 12 seems like a good thing. That seemed like it should have been enough. Let's try that again. Well, bam. I need to clear it. If it gets similar, it's gonna not. That was only negative 7. How about this hit? Negative 5. Yeah, let's say, okay. If I fall down from a more significant height. Oh, that was a ledge grab that broke it. Alright, I'm gonna jump up here. Then I can clear the console. And then we're gonna jump down to the next thing, and that should trigger. Oh. So that right there was negative 15. Negative 15 is probably the cap. Negative 12 is probably a bit too much. I think negative 10 is probably good enough. Seems like a lot of the times you would miss it jumping up, and I don't want that to really be the case. I feel like if you like lead it enough like that, it should feel like a heavy land. That should count. Let's try that. Well, that was two platforms worth. That definitely was gonna. I want it to be up. Try again. Bam, bam. Okay, that was negative 14. Yeah, so negative 10 is probably enough. So we're gonna say private, or not private, const float k Force threshold is -10. And we say if m previous y velocity is less than k force threshold, or less than equal to, I guess, we will do a thing, and that thing is instantiate and spike prefab. We will have a const float k x offset of like half a bit. So then we will have a float x pos left is equal to transform dot position dot x plus kx offset, or I guess minus. And then we copy this, rename this to right, change this minus to a plus, and now we have our two positions. But we should roll those into actual positions. I'll say vector 3 pos left is equal to new vector 3 x pos left transform dot position dot y. Pos right is the same except for this. So we make our spike left, pos left quaternion at identity, and we also have our spike right, pos right. Okay, let's go make our prefab, because the next thing to do here will be set movement direction. Okay. So let's make a new game object here to be our spike, shockwave spike prefab. Let's zero out these weird position things and add a sprite renderer. We have some kind of triangle. Let me see, there's something that can work well here. Anything good? I don't want to get too hung up on this though, because I'm gonna go get. Oh wait, I'm seeing my new tiles in here. So somewhere in here there should be a stalactite. But it'll have a background, I guess. Should be fine. You like retro something? I feel like I'm getting hung up already. Okay, it's on tiles final. Oh, they're 2x1, they won't work. God dang it. Oh wait, there's one. But first, like that. That works for me. I think that's fine. Okay, and it should be on a high layer, like 25 again. It will need a, I think a cap or like a sphere collider is probably fine. I think that's one of the cheaper colliders to check, right? Because it's just the distance. We can get like roughly the idea probably. You're right, that's close enough, I think. Just move it down a tad. That's good enough. Okay, and then we need like destroy other on trigger enter. We need a collision layer that would line up with the enemy. I think layer or something? Enemy death bubble will work. Probably, right? What is enemy death bubble for if not killing enemies? Okay, so fire on enter. Disable other colliders. Yes, that just means when you hit them, turn off their collider so they can't like hit the player in the same frame. I don't think any tags are required because we're filtering via layers. We have to mark it as a trigger, and I think that might be it. So let's copy it into a, oh, right, movement. We want a Q move translation, and we want a Q MVC specific direction. All these properties are fine. Undo roll direction on start. We're gonna set the direction here. So we say spike left, that get component Q MVC specific direction dot set direction vector to left. And we copy this for the rights. Okay. And then we just copy it into the prefabs. So prefabs, passive items, put in here, Shockwave Spike. I'm pretty sure that is the name I put here. Oh, but I commented it out. There we go. Okay. So let's delete that and try and see if this works. I think that should be enough to set it up. Okay. Let's go buy our thing. Here we have it. Let's jump and fall. Wow. It didn't get the rotation, but the idea did work. Let me. I know I don't want. I know I'm like trying to resist the urge, but I have failed to resist the urge. I want to just fix it. I don't want to have to deal with passing a constant rotation in code. And go to Vine Game, Assets, Graphics, Tiles, Tile Atlases, Tiles Final. Find our spike here. I like this one. And we're gonna make a new. We flip this the vertical axis. I'm gonna get rid of the bottom bit. And you know what? We're actually gonna squeeze this out 11 pixels. Oh, whoops, not that. This one. Why did you do that? Wow, why is this? Oh, it's on bicubic. That's why. Nearest neighbor. What I want. Yeah, there we go. And then I can delete. Ooh. Get rid of this. Switch to a 1 eraser with anti-aliasing disabled. Just manually clean this up. Should be like halfway down probably. This is what programmer pixel art looks like. Or like, you know, adjustments and stuff. And yeah, I should probably have that much. Alright, I like it. File, save as, graphics, sprites, items, you know, I just noticed a thing I didn't like. So, do this. Can't help myself. There. Well, yeah, there. Stop. Gotta hold myself back. I just wanna, not the time to iterate on pixel art that's already placeholder. Or at least some degree placeholder, right? Maybe this is what I'll use. I don't know. Let's see. Items. Call this Shockwave Spike. And then we'll go fix up that sprite. Well, first, while we're already looking at it here, let's set it. We'll have the wrong values because we haven't set like the graphics properties yet, but we can set those now. So let's go to items, Shockwave Spike, just down to 16 pixels per unit. Turn off the filtering, apply. Okay. Now, other thing I wanted to do was slightly increase the speed. They were kind of like meandering. So we're gonna go to assets, sources, prefabs, passive items. Shockwave Spike, movement speed here, you'll say 5 to 8. So it'll just jump up and down. That did not trigger, it seems like. Oh, I didn't buy the thing. That's what I'm forgetting. Yeah. Oh, even like just falling down there. They're slightly too big. Let me see if I can just fix this by changing the properties. Assets, graphics, sprites, passive items. 12? Does that look better? No, that's bigger, so 32. Yeah, that's pretty much what I want, but there's some bad aliasing there, so let's try 24. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, close enough. I guess we should have... I can probably add some degree of animation as well. Just, you know, do something similar for, that I did for, what's it called? The other item we just previously did, the rat. Because that really did make the difference. All the feel sort of came from the animation. So let's go ahead and add... Find the prefab, that's what we need. Resources, prefabs, passive items, spike. Go ahead and add a component, animator, up our animation window. I guess on the sprite renderer, we want to change it here from simple to tiled. Because, let me spawn it in the world, see what it looks like. All right, and get rid of this rotation. 0. 1, 1. Why this is a weird scale. Yeah. Oh, I see. I see. What is the actual dimensions here? 11 by 49. Is it 1.5? I actually think it's going to be quite annoying to make this just right. So you know what we're going to do instead? We're going to switch it back to simple. Just 1, 1. This is too tall, so like 0.5, 0.5. Yeah, like half the player height, that's about right. Okay. But the animator is, what we're going to do instead is we're going to add like a dolly object. Shockwave, spike, parent. It's like since it could be spawned anywhere in the world, you can't really know, how you want to offset its position. So you have to use its like a relative position instead. Alright, I just noticed the collider was off, so I'm going to fix it. There. Ba, 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 ba. So here is this. We have a dolly. We actually want the animator to be on the dolly. Okay, let's open the animation window. And then I guess we also need to really, let's make this the parent. This the child, so we'll rename this parent. So we'll call this Shockwave Spike Sprite. And basically, I guess let me copy this so I can just remove things as I do or do not need them. Okay, so sprite render, circle collider, destroy. Yeah, I think these should stay in the child. But the movement is going to be the parent, like the top level movement. Let's remove that. Animator also in the parent. So now we go to the parent and we remove the things we kept. So that is the sprite renderer, the circle collider, and the destroy like guy thing. Okay. Now we have the dolly set up and go into our animation window, create, assets, graphics, animations, items, new folder for Shockwave Spike. Shockwave Spike main. And we will use sort of the Y position and maybe a little bit of Y scaling, but just the Y position enough, I think. Oh, hello, better yet, Shark, I think I say it. We're doing boss items today, which were sort of like the second bits. Sort of my last two streams, I'm like, oh, I'll get the boss items if I can. I couldn't, so here we are doing them now. And we already added like a rat evasion thing that like gives you a block chance basically for the Rat King boss. Where like a rat just like pops out of you and takes the shot for you if you would get hit. At like a chance. And now we're working on a like a shockwave type thing where if you land with like downward force beyond a certain threshold, it sends out spikes that will kill enemies. And it works functionally, but we're just adding a tiny bit more here with the animator. So the basically take the local Y position. We did delete these other two, so just let them be inherited. And we move this like way over. We also add transform.scale. Delete the Z key. Okay, what else? So I think we start at like a 0 Y scale. And let's move this over like 10 so it's easier. We add a key. Actually, this is one of the things we need probably a little bit more space. 15. So add a key that are like, let's say 3 seconds in, we'll get all the way up to the full Y scale. And we'll move up as we're doing this. So here we'll be at like a negative 0.5. Maybe even -1. And our scale Y here should be 0. So it looks like is the issue here. Oh, scale Y needs to be 1 here, or 0.5, not 1. And I think the initial, oops, I messed up something there. The initial Y offset here needs to be more significant. I think that's probably not enough. Maybe a tiny bit more. Try and resist with all my might the bad habit of like infinitely tweaking. Maybe we just need to stretch out the scale up a little bit more. like this. Yeah, I mean, really, it should have a pivot on the bottom, but I'm not going to concern myself with that. Once I have the pivot on the bottom, I can still just use this scale setup, I think. But we just need until like the last few seconds. It'll just be normal, but at the last few seconds, we'll key on what those normal values are, and then for the final key, we will go back down into the ground. And yeah, -2 here. So that's the idea. Just pops up out of the ground, then like disappears away vertically. Doesn't look perfectly like popping up out of the ground because the pivot is in the center rather than the bottom, but that's okay. I know how to fix that long term, and I don't want to fixate on it now. So let's just go to the animator, Shockwave Spike main, something like 0.2. Let's also add on the Shockwave Spike parent a QI destroyer, so it'll destroy itself after a little bit. Basically when this animation is done. Let's also go to the animation and make it not looping. It's not looping. Okay. Anything else that needs to be done? I don't think so. I think we just copy our new prefab, the parent setup, that folder. And then we might need to alter how we get component stuff a little bit. Delete this one. Why? What's the, oh, god dang it. Undo that. No. Well, it still exists here. So, right. Dang, does that work? Import it. Oh no, it crashes Unity. Wow. Shameful. Right. I mean, I am being stupid, but at the same time, that was not that wild of a scenario to crash Unity. Oh, but we see new computer reload Unity time. Pretty good. I mean, I guess we'll see. Maybe I spoke too soon. No, I mean, yeah, we're talking like under 10 seconds there. Or before it was like a minute or two. It's great. Definitely knows the difference. I might send them a bug report later. Got my Unity window. Okay. So yeah. Unfortunate. That looks like this is gone. That really sucks. So it was just an empty object with nothing on it. Is there really nothing left here? Oh, wait. Does this exist? Oh, it still exists. It like saved a copy or something. Oh. Oh, perfect, perfect. Name. Yeah. Right. Then does this have the animator? Yeah. Still goes to this. All right, this does look fine. Let's see if it actually is fine. We do need to change this name to parent. Anything else we need to do? This would be get. It's still get component, so that should be fine. I don't know, let's try this. Okay, so the idea is if you hit the ground with negative 10 meters per second or more, it should spawn these spikes. Did not. Oh, I have to buy the item. I keep forgetting. Oh, that already did it. Although, yeah, there's some weirdness in the visual effects, but like core idea is there. Let's go find some chickens. Just make sure we can kill them. Oh, there's a chicken. That he missed probably. I need to make the spike bigger. I think long term. I'll do that when I actually like update the spike to the more representative sprite. This should get him right. It seems like that's not killing the chicken. Try again. No? Oh, you know what I think it was? Let's take a look here. Oh no, it is still an enemy death bubble. Should be destroy other on trigger enter. Oh, but it's not a trigger. There's the piece we're missing. Alright, try that again. I can't just oh yes I can just. I'll to change this I can't change the scale of the child. Cause or wait, is that not? I can only change either the parent or the child. Oh, I see, I see. Thing got messed up a little bit here. If I just make this shockwave spike sprite, is it happy? Looks like it is. Yeah, I think I fixed that. What else was I looking for here? Oh, right. What can I make bigger? I guess the parent is the scale I'm modifying, so the child is what I can make bigger. Make it a little bit bigger. All right, let's try that. Go buy our thing. The ground. Blah. Yeah, again, there's some like sprite issues and junk, but let's just see if it kills a chicken. That's all we really care about. We'll see if it kills a chicken, then we'll give it like its actual not glove sprite, and then we'll move on to the next one. Okay, here's a chicken. Gotcha. No? Can't tell. There, they made it bigger. I should have made it way bigger. Same idea with the previous one, just to like remove any doubt. I don't think so. It looks like something is not sending properly. And the fact that, well, I mean, I guess I was about to say the fact that I can't hit a chicken shows that the scale has a problem. But at the same time, that definitely intersected with the chicken. I was gonna say at the same time, it's more intended for ground stuff, which isn't really in this level at this time. So we have this trigger. It has some, you know, non-trivial radius. It should be hitting things. Need a kinematic rigid body? I think maybe it does. See if that makes a difference. Oh wait, let's also just, that's another thing. Like, before I would dread stopping playing to play again, because I'm like, oh my god, Unity's gonna have to wait 20 seconds. But now it's like, hit it, 1, 2, we're good, we're in. Okay, let's go rebuy our item. Oh, whoops, some stuff spawned under me. Okay, there's the item. Now let's, yeah, they're definitely bigger now. But that'll help kill chickens. Gotta find some chickens. That guy's not really aligned with the ground. That guy is, but I won't get there in time. You know what? Might help here. I find that other rat item. Rat? No, no rat here. Found like 20 items, so you think 20 items is gonna be enough, but I just kept adding them. It's like 60. Or not 60, but high 40s. Right in here. I mean, at this point, I'm not actually saving time. Oh, there he is. Okay. Oh, but I put it down to 25%, so it's not like invincibility. It was. Okay, let's find some chickens. Ah, maybe I got him there? Okay, it's definitely working now. Yeah, I needed a kinematic rigid body. That 100% killed that chicken. Yeah, I mean, maybe something to consider reworking, considering how hard it is to get these hits. But let me add a note. When add ground-based enemies into main levels, retest Shockwave, Spike, Rumbling Stone. Might need a rework. Barely useful against chickens only. I'm pretty sure I do have a sprite for that. Among our sprites here. Like a special, I remember I called it Rumbling Stone with one of these sprites in mind. Not sure which one that would be. Maybe I didn't. Oh, I guess it's probably this. It's not that. Just grab our boy. Do a tight crop, and then we'll resize to 32. There's our tight crop. And we Control Shift R, resize to 32 by 32. Clear out the white space so it's empty alpha. We save this as items, stone. Yeah, stone is fine, I think. Okay, then we go to graphics, sprites, items, stone. We set it to 32. We turn off filtering. Okay, then in our modifier list, we add a new sprite here. Sprite stone. And down with rumbling stone, we change it from gloves to stone. And is there like a brown? A brown? Bronze? That's probably what I want. Yeah. And then we just need to go to the player prefab and set up that association. We should tell where sprite is. Ooh, and I see a million shockwave spikes there. I think we forgot to give it a time destroy. So let's double check on that. Resources, prefabs, passive item, shockwave spike. It up. Oh no, yeah, I gave it a destroyer but no delay, so that means it didn't has no destruction time. It's just infinite probably. Let's say like 3.5 seconds, 4 seconds is probably enough. We just don't want them piling up like that. Okay. What else? What else? Right. We're going to the player, and on the player modifiers here, we add a new sprite here, which is like stone, right? Okay. So when we go into the store, and when we buy the stone, it should show up as a stone now rather than gloves. So yeah, it is. I don't know about brown. Well, we're gonna rework this background. We'll see. But yeah, we have the stone now. Landing spawns our boys. I guess one other thing to quick chat test is I want to make sure it's not accidentally false positive triggering, right? Check that really quick. Oh, good. Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah. I think that's done then. Shockwave, done. At A15 we can do one more, maybe two. I think the teleport might be hard. Let's see. Shop steal is next. So the idea behind this one is like you get a little helper rat from the Rat King boss, and whenever you buy something, he will steal some of your money back. So all we really need to do is say like on other buy, just roll a random number of money and spawn a little animation of like a rat carrying money to you. So let's go to assets, scripts, player, modifier, boss items, new folder. We're gonna create C# script, modifier, rat, shop, steal. This is a modifier base. We are going to override on buy. And I believe there's like an on other buy or something on anything bought. Okay. So this is a protected override void. Anything else we need to do? We'll have to spawn a prefab later with this same sort of like spawn in, spawn out type dealy. But for now, let's just debug log and change the player's money. So we'll do it without the animation, just the functional version first. So we need a QHEA money, player money. And then on anything bought, we'll have a, come on, I want just the tab. I don't want that suggestion. Private, not private, const, int, pay, min refund, we'll say is 1 coin, and our max refund is 10. Or I guess all items are 5 right now. We'll say 5. Then we will int refund equals k random that range k min refund k max refund, yeah. And then we say again player money dot add apply delta refund, yeah. Okay, and then we'll also just for now as like the testing phase debug log debug log rat shop steal got X refund points. Okay. Anything else? I don't know if we even have to do anything on buy. Just the subsequent buys we care about. I guess on buy we want to hook up to the player money. We'll say player money. We can do that on awake actually. Wait, is that true? Let's not risk it. On buy is a safer time. Technically, if on awake maybe slightly less lag, but let's actually like look at a profiler and see if load times are a problem, blah 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 blah. Let's do the safe thing first. So on buy we say player money is equal to, forget exactly where it is, so I'm just gonna be safe and say parent dot get component and children. It's either, it might even be on this, but it might be on a sibling. This is fine. So we get the player money, so we can give back the money when we buy something. Okay, we just have to add this to the modifier list. So I'm gonna call this partner in crime, but it definitely won't fit. So I'm gonna just put partner rat for now. So we have a new UI that can fit longer names. Partner rat will steal back a refund on item buys. 38. Modifier something rat shop steal. We can use the rat sprite, but we'll use gold. Oh, hey, Sebafox, thanks for the follow there. Okay, so partner rat steal back a refund on item buys. Now we go into our shop to tell the shops this is the preferred spawn item, so we don't have to like sort through looking for this. So resources, prefabs, side areas, shop. 40 to 41. Okay. Is it in here? Yep, there is a gold rat. If I buy it, I'm gonna have to look at the console since that's where the stuff is. It didn't trigger on, oh, let me get out of this prefab view. Didn't trigger in the first buy, so that's what I wanted, but how about a subsequent buy here? It crashed. Shop steal, so I wrote the thing, but on line 22, I guess my player money is not set. So why is that? Where is the player's money? Yeah, okay, it is on a sibling. Transform parent dot get children. Yeah, I think this is sort of the pattern we were following with other stuff. Not sure why this would be a problem specifically for this. Because, like, I feel like, isn't there, like, a coin increase money upgrade? Let's just look at modifier coin extra money. Yeah, transform.parent get component children Q HEA money. Should really be caching. Maybe it has to not cache. Transform to parent get transform to parent share money, could share money. I guess there's some problem. I don't know. I'll try doing it here. Like say if player money is null. If null player money equals null. But if this does fix it, I'm gonna add a note to investigate because this is counter to how I understand this should work. We should just unblock it and get it working for now. So we'll just debug log used money reget fallback. So yeah, hopefully either way it will no longer crash there. It'll actually increase the money. And assuming it does, in that special case, I'll add a note. No, it didn't have to that time. I wonder if it was like a first time thing where it didn't like, oh wait. Yeah, I guess refund 1 coins, refund 3 coins. Does that add up? So here we have our shield cost 5. I have 988. I'll go down to 983, but I got a refund of 1 coin, so up to 984. Yeah, that looks correct. Here we have our rat evasion guy. 5, 984, so 979, 981, because we got, 2 coins. All right, so the functionality works, and it looks like we don't need this special case, so I'll go ahead and delete this. I think it must have been something unsaved. I'm in a world where relaunching the game is cheap. Let's just double check. Partner rat. Yeah, okay. Cool. Not crashing. So now we just add like a little animation, which it'll be following a similar pattern of what we're doing, where we just have like a dude, who has like a spawn in, spawn out animation, that destroys itself at the end of it. So let's go ahead and we can, I think duplicating the other rat might be an okay place to start there. So that would be passive items, block rat. Let's duplicate our block rat, rename it partner rat, change him to gold. What else? Kinematic, rigid body, probably. We'll just move in a specific direction. QMBC for the movement controller. So yeah, we'll either like go to the left or the right. We'll just spawn an offset of the player, then run to the player type deal. Give him also a supplementary sprite. So 2D object sprites, or no, just an empty coin sprite. Partner rat coin sprite. Right, renderer coin. Slightly smaller version of the coin, and slightly up. It's in it. Okay. Let's add an animator. Oh, it already has an animator? Right, right. Yeah, because we copied the other rat. So it's on block rat now, but we want to go ahead and items in animation, make a new folder that is partner rat. So we open this up. We're going to create a new animation controller. Partner rat. Click on that, click on this. Assign that new animation controller partner rat. What else? Trying to think what I have to do next here. Oh crap, something fell. Sec. So, okay. It still probably wants like the basic walk animation. In addition to having like a little grow and a shrink animation. So let's go find, well, first let's open the animation window. Use Control 6. No? Oh, yes, it is. Again, is like a side view. Space. So there's a rat. Here's the animation window. Create a new clip for him. That is just, I think we can just get away with a main like usual. Eventually, if some of these get complicated, we might need like a spawn, an idle, and a despawn. But I think we're still in the realm of just a main. So partner rat main. Okay. Now, first thing we want to grab is sprites. Those are like sort of the baseline behind everything. Where we'll also do like scaling and stuff, but sprites like always need to be going in the background. So let's copy these. So you can just click and drag. But we're gonna need some more space. 0, 1. Let's do every other. Then copy this for like this, I guess. I like me copying this for some reason. I guess I have to copy, leave it where it is, then I can paste. Is that right? 1, 2. There will be overlap there. Send this up slightly. All right, so yeah, that's what we want. And let's add a third cycle. Okay. Yeah, you can see it's just the the usual dumb rat animation. Like tail is moving around, his feet are moving around. Okay, but we also want like a fade in and a scale up and a scale down. So let's go ahead and grab our alpha color and delete RGB. We don't care about them. Only care about alpha and our transform scale. Okay. We're gonna basically same idea as before, like 5 seconds in or so. We'll start at scales. Or no. Scales I want. Scale, let's see. So we'll start at zeros here. Then we will scale up, fully fade in frames later, scale up here, 1, 1. The fade in here will be 1. This one. And just the reverse as we're about to end. So X scale and X scale here. Okay. To it. I don't need. So we start fading first, and then start scaling down with the final frames being zeros here. On the alpha as well. Scale as Z, it should be alpha. Okay, so 1 here, and then 0. So I was on the... Okay, so 0, 0, 0, yeah, yeah. 1, 1. So yeah. He appears, he does a little walk, he disappears. Enough. And the animator... Oops, I did not mean to do that. How do I don't... So my go to window, layouts, and do wide. I think it's pretty close to pretty much back already. But we aren't in our guy anymore. So let's go back to prefabs, passive items, partner rat. All right, we're back. Cool. Ooh, has stuff to move, to destroy himself after a little bit. It's probably a little bit shorter. Anything else need to happen here? Oh, right. We need to review his controller just to make sure it's as expected. Partner at main. Let's pump this down to O2. And now let's go to the animation. I was just in there and I left. Partner at. Not looping. Else. So, and just we'll do the rest of the bit here, the rest of the code. So I have to go see what the path is. Okay, it's just partner rat. So we'll have a game object. Should be private, by the way. Private game object m rat prefab. On awake, I guess we can load a prefab for sure. Protected, ride void, on awake. And rat prefab equals utility dot load prefab. Fabs. So I'm not typing where I thought I was. Prefabs, passive items, partner rat. Okay. It should be /. Okay. So then on anything bought, you would check on our player money. Either going to be far off to the left or far off to the right. So you can say will be on right means if where our player is currently standing has a positive X position. If it's on the right, then we'll say our X offset is I don't know, for units. Should be a const float kx offset. It's not allowed. Oh no, we need just Fs. So yeah, if we're on the left, we spawn a little bit to the left. We're on the right, we spawn a little bit to the right. And then the movement specific direction goes the opposite way. So let's get our pos. 3 pos equals new vector 3. I guess first let's do, just like hit the wrong key. Float x pos is transform position dot x plus x offset. And x pos here transform dot position y. Then we can instantiate our object and rat prefab at pos, no rotation. We say rat get component q MVC specific direction. So like what direction are you going to move in? It is going to be the opposite your side, right? Because if you're going to spawn off to the side in the direction you're at and then move towards the player, you want to go the opposite direction of your offset. So set direction is just, we can just have a vector to be on right, vector to left, else vector to right. Yep, there. Okay, it should be enough. So our rat should actually spawn. He should fade in. He should walk along the ground. He should bring us a coin and then fade out. This will probably be slightly more sensitive to timing. Let's see about that. That's messed up. Fix my view real quick here. Not free aspect, game resolution at 2.5. Okay. Partner at bought. Let's buy an item. Yeah. So concept is right, but the tuning is wrong. I don't want to be over tuning, but we will just do like 1 or 2 rounds just to get this a bit more right. We're also going to need an X, a Y offset because it was like spawning half in the air. So this would be something like negative 0.65. We can have this Y pos, same deal here, plus K Y offsets. Now I feel like this name is misleading and could be confusing. Oh wait, no, it's not. It's fine. Say Y offset abs. And then Y pos here instead. And then he probably needs to be alive for a little bit less, even though I put him at a further distance. So like 2. Maybe we can, with a much longer time, we can down to like 6. See that. I don't want to get into a tuning war, but it's a decent chance this might be the last thing at 840 anyway, so. Okay, partner rat. My thing. Oh, I didn't spawn at all this time. Oh. Did I break it? Oh, I did .x. That's why. So he spawned, but at some random location. So that's fixed now. Turn by something. Yeah, let's do, you can do one. It's close. We'll just do one more round of tuning. And, you know, maybe if I do an effects pass, it might like have him go up into the player instead of just fading out. You know, so I think it's pretty decent. There's still a bit more range to go here. We don't want to go that far down. Let's say 5.5. And even though there's a bit more range, he was going pretty far beyond. Let's also slow down the movement speed though. I feel like it just, I don't know, I want to give you a chance to see it. We can also slightly decrease the delay. Let's see if those numbers line up. In theory, there's a way to do this with animation events, but I don't know if it's worth. Alright. Yeah, this is pretty much right? The only thing is the coin should be also on like 24 is being clipped, and he was dying just a second too late, so we'll just try reducing a 5th or a 20th of a second there. Okay, buy something, the partner rat, and grab something else. There's our guy. Yeah, we can go slightly less, 6.5. And maybe we can slightly. I don't want to be tuning all day, but also another benefit of faster computer, tuning is not painful because restart costs are so small. Alright, we bought our boy. There he is, buying us stuff. Yeah, this is pretty much good. I mean, I'll say it's still just like a lick too far, so we'll just another shave off another 0.05 seconds, and I think we call this done. Yeah, I'll play the game one more time to be sure, double sure. Got my boy. Here he goes. Yeah, I mean, keeps being like just slightly a bit further than I want him to be. Do a bigger decrease. Look at that, we're back in the game. Did you even notice I changed the value? So fast was I back in the game. There we go, that's pretty much what I wanted. He like disappear as he walks into me. Ooh. Is it still debug printing in the console? I want to get rid of that if it's still there. Yeah, it is. Okay. But we can call that done. Okay, yeah, I mean, this late, I think this is the most potentially technically complex one. I don't want to start it at 8:45. I think I'm just likely to introduce bugs. But the idea here, I can talk about the idea before I call it a night. The idea here is, I need less than 40, 20, is if you have like a vine like this, right? Whatever. You have a vine like this and your boy is here, they would use this like rocky shovel or stone shovel, I guess, that we got from the Burrow boss. He would go down and then he would appear like up here at a random spot further up the vine from inside a platform. So like you need to some technical complications there are like, well, is this sure everything is being pre-spawned, but what if this hasn't visually spawned yet? Like, do we need to wait for it to spawn, for it to look reasonable? Are there implications of getting that position beforehand? Is that known? Yeah, it's just sort of a going down animation, the changing player sprites, or like doing some kind of trickery to make that look like it's happening. Just like there could be a lot of gotchas here that make it not a good idea to start when it's already decent. So let me, I'll hop around with some of my new upgrades here and talk about what's next. Taking a quick look at notes here. Yeah, like I said at the beginning, there are still a lot of item data structs. You can see today, I think, most of the time was spent actually implementing functionalities, right? And including animations. That's how we spent most of the time. We didn't really have to fight with the item framework too much. It did just kind of work out nicely for us in this instance. But I don't foresee that being true like long-term into the future, so we do need to clean that up. See if I can find my evasion rat. I get him? Yeah. Also, nice item UI over here. And I already have a stopwatch. So yeah, that common item UI. This is fixed. So once we have those common data classes, it'll be a lot less painful to rework the shop UI and add in an upgrade UI for upgrades earned outside of the shop. Let me see if I can trick my rat boy here. Nope, that was a real hit. I should put the hit back up to 100%. So yeah, with the shop up. Oh yeah, there's a rat. Oh, I love it. That of the three I did today, this is definitely my favorite one. And I want to see if I can put in, like, I tempted to like put an item in later in the game that's like increases the odds of it hitting. I can't, as a reward from the first boss, I can't give you like 50% evasion. I just killed myself trying to trigger more rats. Okay. So yeah, common item framework. That'll let me do some catch up the UIs that need the most catching up. uh, which are the upgrade and shop UIs. Then with those done, I feel like probably still want to keep this on orange until I have the fourth Burrower upgrade. But we are very close, probably just like another hour or so of getting this good enough to go to yellow. And then as item UIs I talked about would be the placeholder UI here, as well as sort of getting active items to green here. That would also be some progress on the rest here, for the shop, I mean. So yeah, I think that would be the first thing I would look at, and the second thing, or maybe even reverse the order, look at the representative player controller first. I do still intend to add a dash in addition to the jump and a parry, where if you double jump at the exact second you would get hit, instead you don't get hit, and it turns the enemy away. So those two aspects are missing from the player controller, and they could potentially be good candidates for rare upgrades down the line. Enhancing your dash, I think, is probably one of the most impactful things to enhance and change. Um, Increasing the parry window, stuff like that, sending off projectiles when you parry, sending off projectiles when you dash, lots of options there. So yeah, for this upcoming week, those will probably be my two biggest concerns. The common item UI to sort of move this along, and the representative controller to do this, which also potentially unlocks active items down the line. Alongside the representative controller, I'll probably work back in the challenge stuff, if it makes sense. Yeah, we good chance next Tuesday we are no more teal and more yellows than orange. So I do think the Rs, it is still reasonable to say I could be done pre-alpha by the end of Thanksgiving weekend, especially since I'll have a bunch of extra time work stuff since I'll have off work. Um, yeah, that's gonna be it for me for today. Thanks for in, and yeah, it's uh, I know saying what is it, like a chicken little? It's like it's coming. It's right around the corner type deal. But like for truly, it is. Pre-alpha is right around the corner, and then the sort of like public user-facing playtest version, alpha, shortly after that. So I'm excited to get this game in people's hands and start getting some feedback to shape the rest of development and really hopefully make something fun to play. Yep. Thanks for tuning in and have a good night.